anyone unfamiliar with CD Projekt Red's history, the Polish developer made their debut in 2007 with The Witcher, a game that was both critically acclaimed and commercially successful. Now armed with a new engine developed in-house and backed by that debut game that took the PC RPG world by storm, CD Projekt brings us The Witcher 2, a game that is as inspired as it is well crafted, and is sure to leave RPG lovers simultaneously satisfied and begging for more. To start things off, I would like to address an aspect of the game that has generated a lot of well-deserved hype: the new engine by CD Projekt. For the original Witcher, CD Projekt borrowed an engine from BioWare to create their game, but The Witcher 2's engine has been built from the ground up by CD Projekt themselves, and as they put it, it's meant to impress. The good news is, it does. The game is a stunning example of what developers can achieve when they aim their games towards the PC market. Everything in the game world is rendered in stunning detail and beauty, so much so that on its maximum settings this game rivals and in some respects far surpasses anything we've ever seen on the PC. If you're starting to doubt my claims based on the video footage seen in this review, let me say that unfortunately, in order for my machine to play this title with all the settings turned up, and achieve a frame rate high enough for video capture, it will need an upgrade. The good news is, the game is fairly scalable, and will let you customize virtually every visual element there is, even if you must do this outside of the game. The Witcher 2 offers some of the best visuals to date in the RPG world, but it doesn't stop there. This is a game that does just about everything right, with the exception of a few notable bugs. On rare occasions, a quest might break, or a map indicator might fail to appear in the proper location. There were also a few reported launch issues with the game, such as serious performance drops due to NVIDIA's 3D Vision drivers, and the game's launcher application being quarantined as a false positive by many antivirus services. There's also the fact that the game is reportedly being patched within the first week of its debut to add support for features that by all rights should have been there from the beginning, like key mapping and look inversion. That may seem like a long list of faults, but those faults are negligible when compared to the game as a whole. Everything in The Witcher 2 has been fine-tuned, from the combat to the story, and the impact of the game leaves on the player is nothing short of amazing. This is one of those games that you will wake up early and avoid your friends to play, and there are several reasons why. Aside from the already noted visual appeal, the game's combat is fun and satisfying. With the help of magical signs, traps, throwing daggers, bombs, potions, and your trusty swords, the combat system in The Witcher 2 is as varied as it is rewarding. If you're playing on the easiest difficulty, potions, traps, and projectile weapons take somewhat of a back seat, as crushing your foes with your swords and signs is really no trouble at all. However, bump up the difficulty a notch or two, and you'll need to take advantage of every tool at your disposal if you want to survive, especially in the early portions of the game. The combat and meditation interfaces have also been streamlined for effectiveness. Gone are the several sword stances of the first game. Instead, Geralt swings his sword in varying degrees of power based on left or right mouse clicks, and hops between whichever foe is targeted with ease, slicing and dicing in a very stylized, acrobatic form. It's great fun to watch and to execute, and really immerses the player in the experience of being a Witcher. Picking signs and combat items is just as easy. To bring up the reticule, the player simply presses a button, and instead of stopping the action, the game enters slow motion, and displays all the signs, items, and swords you have to choose from. Simply pick which sign or item you want to equip for immediate use, and hop back into the game. On the lower difficulties, the main story should take you anywhere from 20 to 25 hours to complete. But there are plenty of side quests and other opportunities to spend time in the world of The Witcher that amassing 30 to 40 hours during your first playthrough is both feasible and a great time. The story itself is bursting with political and sexual intrigue, mature and dark material, and morally ambiguous choices, whose consequences extend far beyond the scope of Geralt's personal affairs to impact the story on a wide array of levels. CD Projekt have truly crafted an unrivaled RPG experience that redefines the meaning of the phrase story-driven game. Not only are the quests varied and satisfying, the characters you meet and travel with are well-defined individuals with interesting personalities that will grab a hold of you and refuse to let go. Another great thing about the narrative is the pacing. The beginning of the game sets off at a brisk and exciting speed and doesn't let up till the end. Here's where a lot of people might feel disappointed. We don't make a habit of spoiling games for our viewers, but if you're extremely sensitive to that kind of thing, I'd plug your ears. The Witcher 2's ending is one of those half-satisfying, half-cliffhanger endings that arrive at unlikely times and leave you feeling either really good or really bad. I personally liked the way it all turned out because I felt it was realistic, but I will definitely say it took some time to get used to it. However, ending aside, the game is absolutely fantastic and is a must-play for any RPG fan out there. The Witcher 2 is a game that blends amazing graphics, gameplay, and story into an incredible package that will be pleasing gamers for years to come. It's a shame that, with the advent of time and the blossoming of the gaming industry into a multi-billion-dollar behemoth, no game can make the kind of lasting impact a title like Ocarina of Time made. Nevertheless, The Witcher 2 comes as close as an RPG can to living up to that immortal standard, and it certainly sets a few of its own. Thanks for watching this review. If you enjoyed it or found it helpful at all, please like and subscribe, as it really does help us out. Thank you.